Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the main channel. And as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we're going to be going back to a video that kind of really started me doing anime adventures, Roblox content, the tower defenses and stuff like that. We're going to be playing every tower defense and ranking them. Now, in the last one, I went over ones that are pretty much dead at this point. They probably have less than 5 players on them, right? And in this one, we might do some of those if they had an update, but if they haven't, we're just going to move on. I'm going to try to go from worst to best, so make sure you stay around to kind of see, what's the best and what your favorite tower defense is rated in this video. So there are actually some more tower defenses that came out, which means we can do more. So with that being said, we're so close to 500 subscribers. If you enjoy this, please leave a like. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers before the summer begins. And leave any ideas you have below if you want me to do anything. I was planning on doing Wheel of Siege, but I thought, let's revisit a pretty popular video. So let's get straight into it. Alright, so we're going to start with this one called Anime Power Defense. If you've never heard of this game, it is very unique in the way it works. I can show you guys some of the stuff. Obviously, there's going to be stuff like raids. Almost all of them have raids, so I'm not going to do any of that. But yeah, I don't know if this game still gets updates. I believe it does, but I'm not sure. But they have a system called Powers. I'm not sure what this is over here. Oh, crafting stuff. They have a system called Powers. So you obviously summon units like a normal tower defense, but as you can see here, they have something called Powers. I'll summon once just to kind of show you what the summon looks like. I got angry. So what you could do here is, as you can see, these are traits, the top one, and the bottom one is their, I just forgot, their power, right? So you have powers here. Frost is probably like the best one I have. But yeah, they have a bunch of different powers you can equip to people. Like, let's see what Angry does. Every 40 seconds, perform a second attack in between each unit attack. So they have like different powers and stuff like that. You can craft powers as well. They have a battle pass just like every game. And I guess they do still update it because they have the timer and everything. So that's cool. This game is very unique. They have something called a Nexus. Oh, I'm not even level 5. I haven't played this game too much, obviously. But it is very unique. And honestly, if you ever get bored, it is worth a try. They have things called tiers where you can tier up your units to make them better. I wonder if I have any that have any tiers on them. I do not, but as you can see, there is a whole variety of units, and honestly, a lot of the models are pretty good. Like the Gojo's good, Okaru's good, Nami. Like there's a lot of really good ones. They have merchants that spawn as well every now and then, but that's similar to Last Stand, or how Last Stand used to have. They have a tournament here, which of course they have in most games. But I wanted to start off with this one because it's just kind of maybe missing something. They even have their own event called Statue of God. They have level rewards as well, like most games. So yeah, I feel kind of bad this game hasn't been doing as good because honestly, it is very unique. But I think this game probably just updates a little slow. And if I am not mistaken, I could be wrong in this, but I believe that this game actually was made a pretty long time ago. And in the past, like, couple months, they really just started updating it again. So that's probably what happened. I'm not sure. I could show you some and just show you that they are the same thing in a normal one. So, yeah. This is going to be the first one we start with. And I'm going to have to rate it I'd probably go a 6 out of 10. I don't know if this one will be the worst. Actually, I don't think it will be. But I wanted to start with it because it's not very known, but it is actually pretty cool. So yeah, if you ever get bored, I'd give this one a try. It's pretty fun. All right, moving on. We have Anime Royale. So yeah, this game is very off and on in popularity. Sometimes it has a lot of players, and like right now it only has 500. So yeah, I'm just going to skip the loading thing because it normally takes forever. But I will say, I know I said I'm going to try to go from worst to best, but I think I'm just going to save the best for last. You get what I'm saying? So the rest of them will be in a random order. Keep you on your toes. You never know. So we're going to talk about what's unique in this game. Obviously, it has raids. I don't know what that cosmetic is. But this is the game that introduced something called Rifts. If you've ever seen that in Vanguards, I know they have it in Vanguards. That is from this game. This game came up with Rifts, if you do not know. So yeah, they have something called a laboratory. I don't know what the sacrifice is. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. And then there's fusion. I don't know how to do that either because I don't have anything. But let's see. They have the battle pass, which is apparently ending soon. This is a new battle pass from the looks of it. I don't know. Oh, I think it just auto-claimed. They have emotes. They obviously had the level rewards. See, there's a rift right here. They're the ones that created that. They have the collection now, which is cool. They have challenges. Obviously, they have a merchant as well, but that's more similar to the Bulma shop. I can show you guys their summon in a moment. But they have stat potential. They have traits. They have these legends, though, which I don't know what this is. The 1,000 year. This must be their new event. This is where they have event stuff. Like I said, a Valentine's Day update. You can go into here, and as you can see, they have different events going on. That's basically where you're going to find everything they have that's new. And then they have the Evo section, story, and yeah, that stuff's pretty simple. But I will show you guys how the summons work while we're here. The drink. I want the drink. Summon animation's kind of cool. Oh. And as you can see, their models are pretty decent too. I think they improved the models. I don't think they always used to look like this. So that's interesting. I will show you the rerolls as well because they have a lot. Let's just, just like you can see the rolls here. They have a bunch of different stuff and different traits. Their unique is called Monarch. So yeah, pretty cool. But overall, what would I give this game? I'd probably give this game a 6.57 out of 10. Just because it has a lot going for it. It is the originator of Rifts. It has a lot of unique stuff. There's just something about it that makes it not as, like, grindable as the other games, I guess. I don't know. It's just missing kind of a charm. Trying to put it into, actual words and actual thought. I think it just lacks, like, good updates, if that makes sense. Like, some updates are really good and some are really bad. Like, the game had quite a lot of popularity when it came out, and they decided, oh yeah, our first update's going to be Sword Art Online. So obviously, a lot of people stopped playing because nobody cares about Sword Art that much. So yeah, I think it just lacks from, really great updates, I guess is what I would say. And they also, I think there's not enough content to do in between updates, because when an update comes out, the game's normally popping. But as you can see right now, if we'll go back, it only has 500 players on it. So, yeah. Alright, now we're on to Anime World Tower Defense. This game's a lot different from a lot of other games, and I kind of already know its issues without even having to play it again, so I can... But let's just go around and look. So, obviously they have weekly tournaments. They have the Abyss Dungeon, which I believe is the Infinity Castle. Yep. Let's see what else they have. They have the shop, which it takes you here. They have. This is where you do the skin shop now and stuff like that. You can buy skins and stuff for units. Very unique. I know other games have skins, but they release skins all the time. So yeah, they also have very unique cosmetics. Here is the summon they have. They have summon animations as well. They still have the New Year banner here. Not really sure, but I'll just summon to show you guys what the animations look like. So they have a JJK animation. It's pretty cool. I might have got a good one. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'm actually going to be pulling a good unit from this. The animations are really nice, I will say. You can turn them off, by the way, and as you can see, you can skip them. This animation's so goofy. They have sound, too. I should have turned that on. That's my apology. But, yeah, sorry for the flashing there. This game's very unique, but its problem is very easy to tell what it is. But I'll get into that in a moment. I kind of want to show everything. Yeah, this animation's also very long. But that's how you know I pulled something good, so... Just wait. Dang, it's still... I thought this animation was over. Did they make it longer? Oh no, this is still part of the animation. Yeah, well, at least you know I pulled something good. Here you go. Even if you don't have a reason to go on living. Let's see what I got. Oh, I got LR All-Seeing Coward. I don't know who that is. But there we go. That is their highest rarity you can summon, which is the legendary rare. They do have these things called MRs, which you can craft. Hold up, I'm lost. I gotta get out of here. And yeah, that's kind of it for the lobby. They have the lab. That's where you craft them. That's where you evo units. But they also have this event going on. I forgot how to get to it now, but you could basically get stuff to summon in there, which I do not have anymore. Let me see if I can find... Okay, well, I guess that's another problem they have. I don't know how to get to the stuff. I know you can warp to it, but I wanted to walk over to it. They still have a battle pass going on. And, yeah, but if we go to warp... I guess this is just where everything is for them now. They have a secret dimension, which is new. Let's go to create warp. Oh, yes, this is how you do it. So here, they have all these different modes and stuff, but... And the gameplay is fine. It also runs like Dokkan, which is very unique, where units have leader skills. You see Unbreakable Fighter category attack plus 120. Now, if you want to know what the problem with this game is, because it looks cool, you could say the models, you could say the graphics, sure. The real issue is the lack of their dev team. It takes so long for updates sometimes because they really only have one main developer that things take forever. Also, I do think a redesign would be nice. Not even saying the map, because they've redone the map so much. I just mean the graphics need an upgrade. The models need an upgrade, but they have such a little dev team, it's hard for them to do it. So, honestly, I just wish they had more people that worked on the game, because this game could be the best out of all of them. They have so much to offer, so much uniqueness compared to other games, which is why a lot of people still play it. It just really lacks those updates, but I would give this game a 7 out of 10 as well. I think it's fun. I think it's very unique, but it just needs more people to work on the game. Alright, next we have a game that is officially dead, which is All-Star Tower Defense. The next two I will be going over are officially dead. Well, the second one may not be officially, but it's pretty much dead. So, the reason why I say this game is officially dead, even though it still has like 1,000, 2,000 players on it every day, is they literally said they are not updating this anymore. They are making a new game with completely revamped graphics, which I am excited to see, because if you don't know, this is the game that started tower defenses. Yeah, they pretty much are the reason we have all the other tower defenses we enjoy today. I can show you some of the unique stuff they have, but they have different banners, which I don't really like how they work. So yeah, their summon animation is okay, no point to show it. They have the tower mode, which is like their Infinity Castle. Overall, I'm probably not going to go over this game for too long, because if you played a tower defense, if you're a OG tower defense player, I guess, or if you've played tower defenses before and you're not new to the genre, this is the OG. If you haven't played it, I'd go check it out. It's just not really worth playing anymore, because they don't have updates anymore and stuff like that. But I can show you some of the units, I guess. Also, they were deathly afraid of getting DMCA'd, so they changed a lot of people. And they look really bad now. So yeah, also the graphics are super outdated, like I said. So, yeah, not going to go over this too much. It is officially a dead game. I will give it a 5 out of 10, though, just because it's the OG. And with a 5 out of 10, you know, I leave the 5 because there's still a lot to do if you've never played it before. But there will be nothing else to do if you ever catch up. So that's why I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, because they are making a new game, which I'm hopeful, because if they're the originator, they came up with a lot of this stuff, I think they can cook on the next one, so I'm waiting to see that. Alright, next we have another dead game, which is Anime Defenders. I don't know if they've officially stopped updating this, but this game completely sold out. It died to the problems I said it would have when it first came out, and it has died to it, so yeah, you know, not to toot my own horn, but I clearly know what I'm talking about, and they did not. I don't even know what. Oh, no, I didn't want to do this. Sorry, I just wanted to click and see what that was, but yeah, this game has died to the things I predicted would happen. This game had everything going for it, I'm not gonna lie. It could have been perfect, but they had 2 major mistakes, and one was there at the launch of the game, and I predicted it so long ago, and, you know, obviously they're not just going to listen to me for no reason, but if they would have, the game would probably still be the most popular game, if you want me to tell the truth. The only thing that I think would have held it back is that the models don't look very, similar, I guess, would be the right word, to like anime characters. Cause like that's Naruto. Not Naruto. That's, oops, I didn't mean to press buy 50. That is Natsu, I believe. But as you can see, they don't really look like the units. But I'll tell you what this game did that was very great. They were the ones that started the index, I believe. I don't know what the skill tree thing is. They have spirits that were original. They had basically their gameplay was very nice. They're the first one to have seamless replay. But the game has 3 major down problems. Downfalls. Not a thing of it. Sorry, I'm twisting over my words. And the first is something you can see through, well, I guess, just looking. The pay-to-win stuff is ridiculous. And that was a very big problem when the Hall of Mirrors came out, which was their really first original game mode, which was awesome, by the way. I love that game mode. I thought, super great idea, but they made it completely pay-to-win. Also, this is still the same battle pass, but anyway. Because then you have these wishes and divine wishes, right? As you can see, they are the same thing. Now, they changed it. No, they did not change it. These ones, as you can see, the chance for the best unit is higher than this. These you can only buy. And the problem is when this came out and this game would came out, to get one of these would take you over an hour. So it would take you 10 hours to get one multi just to probably pull nothing, right? So that was a very big problem with the game. But they eventually fixed that. That's not even the issue. The next problem they have was selling out. They had an update for a movie. They had a movie give them sponsorship. Had nothing to do with anime. You would load in, get an ad for the movie. It was ridiculous. But that's not even a big deal either. The thing that really killed this game, that I predicted would kill this game from the start, is their trading. Their trading was absolutely ridiculous. They never changed this, and it is what killed the game. And I will stand on that forever. This game could have been great, but they decided to... Oh, it looks like they have changed it. They've done something... You have to have emeralds now? I hope you don't have to buy those, because that's ridiculous. But before, it used to be all gems. So, like, say, for example, I'm guessing this is a new secret. It's 150,000 emeralds. If I were to, let's say, put up a unit, this is how it used to work before. Say if I put up Donut Warrior, right? Not even a hard unit to get, but just the fact of the way the market went, that would be worth thousands of gems, which makes 0 sense, by the way. The way it works, pretty much, is that you would basically put stuff up for auction, but the problem is you could buy it with gems. So this game had a very bad macro problem. Like, I literally know people who would have 8 accounts open at once, just macroing to give themselves gems, so they could keep upping the price on everything. So the price went up on everything, and to get a secret, even a bad one, like, why is it telling me this? I don't care. Let me go to Chance King, one of the oldest ones. To get him would probably cost you almost 1 million gems. Like, that's how ridiculous that is. And it is not like, oh, gems must be easy to come by. No, they're not. So they're not, I mean, I have a lot, but like, it really was, this game just turned into macroing. This was the start of macros, and so if you see macros in any new game now, it is because of this. Macros did not, I mean, they existed, but they did not exist like this on a large scale until this game came out. So that was its biggest problem, was the trading and the way the gems worked, and it overall killed the game. I predicted it would from the start. I liked the game when it came out, but I said when the game came out that this game was going to die if they did not change the trading. And would you look at it? It's dead. So, this, I'm going to have to give this game a 3 out of 10. They had a lot of great, unique stuff. They added a lot to the tower defense community, which is why they're getting the 3. But they sold out. They added too many bundles, and they overall just could not figure out how to nerf trading for some reason. So, yeah, I'm going to have to give it a 3 out of 10. I'm sorry, this game's just bad. Alright, this is the last game before we get into the 3 really heavy hitters of the tower defense community right now. So, we're going to go into Ultimate Tower Defense. I'm not too sure about this game. I don't think I've played this game much. Oh wait, I'm level 48. Or is this the one I have played? Oh, it has 5,000 players on it. I have played this one. I'm honestly surprised. Last time I got on this game, it was pretty dead. This game is also very unique, and I will get into what makes it so great. And then when we get to the big 3, I will obviously show gameplay, because they're kind of the innovators, I guess. The rest of these I'm just kind of going over, and plus I can't even do all this stuff. Like, I can't do the raid that they have. But as you can tell, this game is not just anime. It's got superheroes too, and it's got a lot of stuff. This game's honestly great. It just has one issue, and it's pretty obvious. The graphics suck, right? If this game had good graphics, I honestly think it could be up there competing with all the other ones, because it is very unique. It has the superheroes. I like the way the story works. I like how they basically have everything the tower defense has, which, by the way, they've had 39 updates. This game's fire. It just needs a graphic rework, and I think a lot of people would play it. But the fact that the graphics do look this bad, and there's other games that offer like the same stuff, I just cannot give this a super high rating. I'm going to have to go 6 out of 10, because it doesn't have anything unique enough other than the units that makes me want to go, oh, you know, I have to put this higher because it added all this unique stuff. No, I do think it's a great game, though. It's just, I don't know, they're kind of lacking on the graphic thing. The graphics thing could be way better. Also, I just got a crate. What is that? I'm opening it. Oh, it gives me a unit? Okay, hold up. We're cooking. I got Menace. So, yeah, I don't think I can summon. I'll try to. Oh, no, I can. Alright, let's see what we could get. This is how the summons work. They're not anything crazy. You can get shinies, though, which is cool. We got Joker, which is pretty nice. But, yeah, I do think this game's great, but I'm going to have to give it 6 out of 10 just because the graphics just make it almost impossible to play, at least in my opinion. Okay, so I did lie. There is another one before we move on to the big three, and it is Anime Reborn. I don't know why I was thinking this was a part of it, but this is probably the 4th best in my opinion. So I guess we could call it the big 4. This game is run by Moz King, if you don't know. I think this game is great. It just has, I don't know if I want to call it issues, but it has some things that keep it from being the best, right? So first of all, to start off with this game, what makes it unique, what makes it so good? It has great graphics. Also, it is very, oh, they added Infinity Castle, that's cool. It is very new player friendly. You can really get into this game very easily. They have tournaments and everything. They have everything now in this game, which they didn't before when it released. But the reason why this game isn't as popular is because it doesn't have anything all too unique. Or at least it didn't. And I think the updates are a little bit slow with this game. But yeah, this game didn't have anything all too unique when it dropped. But now it does. And that would be like these crate events and team events. Now, team events did come from Anime Last Stand, which we'll get to later. But theirs is still unique in its own way. They have a battle pass like everybody else. But what theirs is so good at is they have a bingo sheet and they have a crate system. I love opening crates. It's so much fun. I wish I had stuff to open, which I could show you guys. But it's great. Honestly, so much fun. If I play the new event, I'm sure I can get it. But that is honestly my favorite thing. Oh, but there's nothing in Adventure right now. Typically, they have an Adventure open, which you can go in and do. But I don't know why I can't. Oh, I could select a different crate. Okay, so I can open this one and show you. The crates are so fun. Like, you know, you normally don't get anything, and it normally gets you right next to something good. But I think it is a very great system. It is very similar to Anime Champion Simulator Rolling Traits, if you've ever played that. So yeah, I think this game does have a lot of unique stuff, and it has or not a lot, but it does have unique stuff, and it has things going for it for sure. I just think it's the slower updates, and they really just started implementing their own unique things. And their first attempt at it was not great. If you ever played the Beast Gohan event, you know that that was not the best event ever. So yeah, but other than that, it is still great. Oh, the amounts are finally in the game. I did not know that. So, yeah, like I said, it has a lot going for it. It's just getting started. It's still fairly new, so I would keep it just out of the big 4. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, though. I think it is still fun to play. All right, now we move on to the big 3, where we start with Anime Last Stand, which has 35,000 players. If you've ever watched any of my videos where I've talked about Last Stand, you already know how I feel about it, but we'll still go over it just to show. yeah, I'm gonna try to be unbiased with this as much as possible, but it's hard when you've played these so much. So as you can see, we're in World 2, I think. I don't even know if there is a World 1 anymore. See, they have a team event going on. This was their original thing. They have clans, which of course was a anime adventures thing. Enchanting altar, I have no idea what this is. Let's just look at trunks, I guess. Oh, this is kind of like the spirits, I guess, that they have from anime defenders. Spirit shard converters, obviously you just change your spirit shards. Divine crafter, this is how you get a lot of the godlies. I will go, this is tough. This game's hard for me. I have a lot of friends that really like this game, but I'm going to be honest, I think this game is terrible. I think a lot of people, and it has a lot of players, so I know I might get flack for that, but I do think this game is terrible. Obviously, its release was rocky, because with Blamspot, it was just bad, and I don't hold that against them anymore, but there's a lot of stuff in the shop that was, like, ridiculously priced. There's St. Patrick rewards, which have been there for, not St. Patrick, but they had other ones. Their gold shop, which is okay, I guess. Oh, this is actually good to have. But my biggest problem is how grindy this game is. Now, I get some people may like that, but I do not. So that is why I think this game is terrible, is because of how grindy it is. I mean, holy, I will show you guys why. So this, you could do the story, obviously. I don't have a problem with there being a lot of story. I really don't. Elemental Caverns, I don't have a problem with at first, but there is an issue. But I think the reason a lot of people like this game is because of the traits. I don't know why. Oh, there is. Back to World 1, I guess. World 1 is useless. I also think that sucks. This game is very anti-new player friendly as well. This game mode's trash. I don't know what this is. Is this like their... No, I have no, because they have Infinity Castle. This game mode sucks, though. Just being honest. They have raids and dungeons now. I didn't know they had dungeons. So yeah, this game is not new player friendly. It is very grindy, and I'm not even a new player, and it's still not friendly for me, right? You really have to play this game all the time if you want anything, and some people like that, but I don't, especially because the graphics are not good at all. I will go in and show even how the gameplay looks and how the visuals look. They're not that great, so there's no reason for me to play this when there is two way better alternatives. A lot of people still like this game, though. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. It's definitely because of the trait rerolls. People are just so enamored by trait rerolls. Like, I don't understand it. They think in every tower defense you need to have trait rerolls. In this game, you need to. If you do not have an Overlord unit, you can't do anything. So, yes, you get a lot of them, but it's also required. You cannot... Like, I could not play the game with this Benimaru. Even though he's a ultimate unit, I could not play the game with him unless I had a good trait on him, which I have one with Overlord, but, like, you literally can't. You cannot play the game unless if you have good traits. Like, you just cannot. And they do the 4 times luck weekend or whatever, but it is... I don't like that. I like to be able to play the game. Oh, here, we get an animation. This is all seeing. This is not a good trait. And what's crazy is they have all these traits, and like I said, the only ones that are useful are these bottom 3. Overlord, Avatar, and Glitch. Glitch being like they're unique. It's kind of broken and insane, which I will show. And then they have the Godly system, which is also super grindy. So I think the reason people liking it for the traits, I think it's stupid in my opinion. It makes 0 sense if you ask me. Oh, they made the summons a lot quicker. That's cool. It makes 0 sense if you ask me, because there's plenty of tower defenses like the next 2 we'll talk about where you don't need good traits to do stuff. At least not for everything, right? In this game, you can't even complete the story without good traits. But I'm going to go into a story and kind of show you guys what the gameplay looks like. It's not that great, but before we do, I will show you, if I could find it, what the issue with this game is, which is the Godly system. This was the first Godly, which is Escanor, which I have glitched on. If you have never played this game before, these are the new units, by the way, and they update this game like every 2 weeks. If you have never played this game, this will take you almost the entire 2 weeks to get one of these. If you've never played. Now, obviously, a lot of people that play, they grind the stuff the whole time. It's a very grindy game, but you could grind the whole update. Like, I could grind this whole update, and by the time the next one comes out, I'm going to have to grind the entire update again. So, yes, it keeps you playing the game, But I like games where you can take a break, like the next two we will go over, which I'm sure you know what they're going to be. But I like games where you can take breaks. So in my opinion, this being so grindy is not good for the game. I don't think it's good for any game. It is just ridiculously grindy. And I don't like that. I think that makes games really boring because I think the thing about a game is it should be fun, not like a job. This game feels like a job to get stuff. If I should grind because I think the game's fun, not because of anything else. But I'll show you, see the models are not great at all. It doesn't look that great. Let's see. I want to try to change the graphics. Okay, here we go. We have the attack effects on now. I guess I will place on. Yeah, see, they're not that great. They don't even care about the attack effects. This isn't even an old unit either, by the way. I mean, he's kind of old at this point, but I'll place Escanor, a godly. His attack animations aren't that bad, but the UI is not great. The models aren't great. And as you can see, they have 3x game speed, which I think is completely unnecessary. But they made it because it's such a grindy game. And now people will come over to Vanguards and will come over to Anime Adventures, and they will be like, oh, why is there no 2x? It doesn't need it, all right? Because they're not as grindy as this game. If they had those in that game, you'd have everything within a day. And we saw what happened in the Sakamoto Days event when people asked for shit to get easy. Nobody played it. So, yeah, I think it's pointless. As you can see, this is just stupid. And the godlies are, of course, extremely broken, which makes sense. They're hard to get, but the problem is there's no one's coming out all the time, and it takes forever. And if you think it's hard to evo a godly, I will show you it's hard to evo every unit in this game. Alright, so I'm going to take us back to lobby and show you how ridiculous the evo stuff is. It is absolutely insane. Just another reason I don't get why people play this. I can't even find where the evo stuff's at. Okay, so apparently they moved the evo to the menu now. I will show you for Quincy King, for example, a little bit of an older unit. It takes 10 mythic shards. These are not easy to come by. Luckily today, they were. I got a lot today, but these are not easy to come by. If you wanted to grind for these, there is no real game mode to grind for them. At least I don't think there is right now. They release some every now and then, but they're never guaranteed. So to get these, you could overnight, like AFK, like you could macro this, and you could end up with 0, or you could end up with 10. But either way, it is incredibly hard to get those. Next, we have Cosmic Essence and Dark Essence, and this, which you had to craft at the time, so I can't even talk about this. But the Essence isn't bad until it is. For a new player, imagine, by the way, you need 75 of all of them to get the Cosmic, right? You look into Normal and Nightmare. I have a Glitch Godly, and I could probably solo Nightmare. So at most, I get 15. So I need 75 plus 125 of everything. So 75 times whatever 5 is. I'm not even doing that math. But that plus 125, and I can only do Nightmare by myself. And Purgatory is where you get the most. This is incredibly difficult. Like, I don't understand why it's so difficult, why it requires so much. And that, sure, you could say, oh, well, that's a good unit. It makes sense. Let me go down to one that's not a secret unit that I know is ridiculous to evo. Where's he at? Gosh, I have him, but I don't know where he is. I think you can type in by there. Yeah, Diavolo here. Evolve. This would take ridiculously long. By the way, to craft this is just more essence, which is ridiculous. Like, why even have this here? Just put the essence on here. This is ridiculous. The everything in this game just requires so much time. It's just not fun, in my opinion. Some people sure may like the grind, but I like being able to take a break from the game and still being able to do stuff. And you can't do that in this game. You have to play this game all the time. So I'm going to give this game a 4 out of 10. It really didn't add much to the community at all. But I guess they update consistently, so I give it a 4 out of 10. I really don't enjoy this game at all. I don't understand how people do. Like I said, I really think it's just the trait stuff, because people believe, I mean, in this game it's true, you do need rare traits. But in all other tower defenses, people believe that, oh, no rare traits, bad game. But that's not how it works. Alright, next we're moving on to what I believe is the second best tower defense out right now, which is going to be Anime Vanguards. Now, in my last video, I tried to play this, so you can go watch it, and I ran into a lot of problems, and I ran into a lot of things I like. Now, I don't know about the battle pass because it says event has ended. And last time there was a battle pass glitch where it never reset. I mean, there was a new battle pass that came out and I still had the old one. So I'm not really sure if that has been fixed or not because it says event ended. I don't know. Jesus, stop hiccuping. Sorry. I don't know what is going on. You know, if that's working or not. They added raids, which, sure, every game has raids. It's not a big deal. They added dungeons, which, sure, these are new, but I don't know who did that first. I don't know if this, I believe it was AA, but I don't know. It could have been something else. It probably was something else. I don't think it was Anime Adventures, but I don't think it was this either. So, yeah. They have the story and event, which I'll talk to in a sec. They have these boss events, which, in my opinion, are kind of lame. These came out a long time ago. They're kind of boring. But I'm just talking about the lobby right now, and then I'll move on. They have the summon, which nothing too special about the summon. They have the upgrades, which nothing special about that either. Trophies, nothing special. And challenges, nothing really special. Now, I will say what makes this game good is not this. I have no idea where it's at now. Like the level rewards and the index rewards, this was the first game to do that, I believe. I could be wrong. This Love Shop, I don't know what this is about. They have a lot of game modes that I don't know what they do. But they were also the first game not only to with the unit index, but they have the boss index, which is cool. It's things you could go like this. You can claim the enemies you have fought against, which is pretty cool. And now I would talk about what I think is good, and then I will end it with what I think holds this game back from being the best. What I think is good is their units. Their units look fantastic. Like let's do one of the old ones. Let's do Naruto. Like that model is fantastic. Honestly, now it's a little glowy, so it's hard to see. But this is a fantastic model. It really is. Their models are great in this game. They have the best models out of every game. I truly do believe that. And what I also think is good is this play menu. This is beautiful. I love this. I love their animations too. They're great. They're similar to AA in the fact that they don't do 2x speed, which they don't need to. People just are a little too greedy sometimes. You know, you don't need all that because the grind's not that bad in this game. But I do have a lot of issues with this game. Everything else in the game that I don't talk about, just assume that it's good, it's normal, there's nothing wrong with it. There's just nothing great about it, so there's no reason to talk about it. My biggest issue is how hard this game is. This game is really hard. Like, I go to the play, let me just go here to story. I'm struggling with the story. And now I get what you're saying. Oh, you just need to evolve your units. I can't. I can't. You could go watch my last video, and I tried to do the legend stages to evolve Sun Jin Woo for the first time, and I used to be able to solo it. They buffed it for some reason. So now I can't do it. I can't even evolve my unit, and it has a mythic trait. And I have an evoed unit, which is Naruto, but he's worse than my unevoed Sun Jin Woo. Why would I bring him? You get what I'm saying? Like, he maxes out at 1.7, my Sun Jin Woo unevoed maxes out at 5.9, and his passive allows him to keep growing, and I still can't do it. So I just don't understand why this game is so difficult, what I need to do. Like, I cannot do anything to progress in this game. Like, I'm not understanding. I was told that there was a challenge to get a free Vegeta that will help, but I can't find it. It's not in the special quest. It's not anywhere here. I have no idea where that is. It might be in achievements. I don't know. I cannot find where to get this Vegeta at. So, yeah, I don't really know what to do as well. Also, another issue is their Infinity Castle is extremely difficult. I can't even do floor 1, which I get. I don't have an evoed unit, sure. But then what am I supposed to do to get gems? What am I supposed to do to get new units? I pulled Uryu, but of course I would. I hate Uryu, stupid character. So maybe I can be able to do it now. But this game's just extremely hard. Other than that, I don't really have much of an issue with it. One thing they are lacking is a trading system. I think trading systems keep games alive. I think that's why even if AA has a bad update, the trading system is going to keep players on the game. Whereas this game, if it has a bad update, it's not. Because like if they have an update I don't enjoy, like for example the Demon Slayer one, I just stop playing because I don't need to do it. You know, there's no reason. I'll just wait for the next update. Do that, right? But I stopped playing a long time ago, not even because of this stuff. I stopped playing because they have a member of their team who, let's just say, likes to talk to children. So, you know, I didn't want to support this game. And I mean, can you blame it? Like, I don't want to support a game that hires people like that, that has people like that. I don't know if he still works for them. But yeah, I did not want to support that. But the absolute biggest reason why this game is not the best, because it really could be, is their updates. This game is approaching the 1 year anniversary. I mean, we got a couple months, but it's been out for over 6 months, and it's had 4.5 updates. That is ridiculous. That is so slow. The first update took like 5 weeks, and it was a half update that added like 2 units. This game's updates are incredibly slow, which is why I don't really like to play it, because if I complete the update, like I didn't complete the base game because I didn't evolve anything, right? But I could have, like, relatively quickly, and then I would have had nothing to do. I just think this game does not have a lot of content, especially for the amount of players it has. I don't know what the hell they're doing, because there's just not enough. I mean, and for a new player like me, because I haven't played in a while, what can I do to get better at this game? I can't even get to wave 50 on the first Infinite. I'm just not sure what I can do, right? So my problem is how difficult it is, and the development team. I do think it's a great game, though. I will give this a 8.5, 9 out of 10, but it has its issues. So it is definitely a good game to play. It's just, it's very difficult for me to be able to do stuff on my own, and it's very difficult to support a game that not only updates super slow, but has a Predator on their dev team. Like I said, don't know if he's still there, but yeah, that's going to lower it for me. So yeah, I'm going to go 8.5, 9 for Anime Vanguards. Now we're moving on into, my opinion, the greatest tower defense of all time. I see people who talk bad about this game in my comments, which I understand you don't have to like it, but there's never a reason behind it, right? They're like, oh, well, the game's just dry. It's not. I mean, there's stuff to do. I think it does have its issues. I'm not going to say it's a perfect game, although I do think it is the best tower defense ever. I don't think it's a perfect game by any means. I mean, it would be very difficult to get a perfect game, right? But I will go over what I think is great about this game and what I think the issues are. Also, I realized I forgot to show gameplay for Vanguards, but I'm sure most of you watching have played it, so you understand. These are the heavy hitters, but I will show AA gameplay in a bit. So we're going to go over one by one because I think it's the best, and I'm going to just compare it to the other ones we went through in this video so we can kind of get a gauge. We have challenges here. None of them do challenge. I mean, all the challenges are the same pretty much, but they all kind of got it from Anime Adventures. This was the originator of this. But yeah, their daily challenge, which I don't know if any other game does, is very good. It gives you 10 to 50 rerolls, which is great to get golden farms, which is very good to help a free-to-play player, because that's all you really need. People in this game, like I said, are enamored with, oh, well, it's so hard to get unique, it's so hard to get rerolls. You don't need unique. Like, I'm tired of people saying in the Discord, saying everywhere online, even in my comments, saying like, oh, it's so hard to get rerolls. You don't need them. These 10 to 50 you get every day is enough to get golden farms, which is all you can. I mean, golden farms are amazing. You don't need a unique. Like, and the people that think you do, what do you need it for? Because what if you get one unique? So what? You're still not getting first in the tournament. You're still not getting first on any leaderboard. It's not going to help you with anything. Like, yeah, it's going to make things easier, but I can solo everything on my alt account, which has 0 uniques. It has none, and I can solo everything in this game by myself. So what do you need unique for? Sorry, I just wanted to kind of call people out for complaining about the trait rolls. That seems to be a lot of people's biggest complaint with this game, and it makes no sense because you don't need it. Sure, is it cool to have unique? Yes, but you literally don't need it at all. Like, it makes no sense. But anyway, they have the daily challenge. But as you can see in the top, they have this weekend event going on, which is a Anime Last Stand original, so that's great that it came from them. So shout out Last Stand. It makes this a lot easier, like doing the weekend stuff. But now we have the story. Obviously, they have a lot of story. This game has been out for a very long time, so it makes sense. But they have legend stages. This is something in Anime Adventures that I could say is kind of a miss. I don't think there is a single fun Legend Stage. I think Legend Stages are kind of a miss of an update. I don't really enjoy them. Actually, the Naruto Legend Stages are pretty good. These are not bad because it takes like 30 to evolve one. So this takes you at most 6 runs, right? Um, that's not bad. I think the Naruto ones are great, but the rest of them, especially like to get Eins, this is ridiculous. This grind, I think the statistic is it will at least take you 12 hours to get Eins. It could be more than that. It probably is, but yeah, the Legend stages are not a fun grind. Haunted Academy doesn't really matter, but they still have a winter event going on. As you can see, there's macros going on, but of course that did not originate with Anime Adventures. That originated with Anime Defenders, and it's in Vanguards too, so can't really complain about it all too much when it's in both the top 2 games. I believe AA was one of the first to do a battle pass as well, and their battle pass is fantastic. Other games, I can't really reason to buy it, but this one I can because it gives you so much stuff and is so good. This was the first game to do guilds as well. Now, we still don't have a guild event, which we've been waiting on, but they were the first one to do that as well. Raids, I don't know if they were the first to do raids, but they've had raids for a very long time. They are pretty fun. I think the raid updates are always great, and I like these ones a lot. You complete it 15 times, you guarantee to get the unit. That's cool. I like this one too, where you have a chance to get these. Some units deal extra damage, and they have the relic shards for relics. First game to do relics as well. So yeah, I think this game is fantastic. They were the first to do like this pop-up shop. Their summons are good. The only complaint I see about the summons, which I could go either way on, is the fact that there's no pity, which I don't care. You know, if you play the game enough, you'll get the units. I wish there was pity because I cannot pull Megami to save my life. That's why I'm at no gems. I've got Rukia before I got Megami or Alicia, but yeah, not to talk about that. But yeah, I'm just kind of trying to compare it to everything we have here. Leaderboard, I believe they were the first to do this as well. I could be wrong. Could be Last Stand. They added level rewards, which is great, but I wish they added index rewards too. That would be cool. They have traits. Obviously, every single game has based their traits off Anime Adventures. It is no secret. Every single game's thing has been based off AA. Now, I know you could say with Last Stand, like, Glitch is not really the same. But before Glitch came out, because if you don't know, Glitch was not always a thing. It was just AA's thing. It was they literally just copy, every single game just copy and paste theirs for the most part. They try to add their own twist, but it's almost identical every time. So yeah, and unique is really where things started to come from. People love to glamour over unique, but you don't need it in this game for anything at all. Limit breaking is a new feature they had. As far as I'm aware, they are the first to do this. I know the Vanguards has that like awakening thing or whatever it is, where you like can get extra units and put them in, but I wouldn't count that as the same thing. It's slightly different. They are similar concepts, but they're slightly different. They have obviously this cool Evo Center. No need to go over that. But what I will say with AA is the stuff to Evo is very easy to get now. Before it used to be quite difficult, but it is very easy to get. So the Evos, I think, are great in this game, whereas other games like Last Stand, they're really not. They're the first to do Infinity Castle as well. So yeah, which is great. They give a lot of things. They have the skip room as well. People complain about there not being 2x speed. I think that'd be a little ridiculous, especially with how easy it is to grind for stuff in this game. Like I said, I already have Rukia, and I've only done like 10 dungeons, and that didn't take me long at all. So I'm not really a big fan of that. We'll go to the relics. I think AA was the first to do tournaments as well, and they have tournament rewards. They have relics, which they are the first to do as well. So yeah, this game pretty much is just like it's the Mag Daddy of all tower defenses. It's got everything going for it, and every game is obviously based off of AA for the most part. Like World, I don't think is. I think World's a completely original concept. For the most part, everything is. Now we'll talk about the updates they have right now, or at least some of them, which we have the Sakamoto Days update, which was bad. But that was the entire community's fault. I've talked about this every single time I talk about this update, so I'm not going to get into it. If you want to hear about it, just go watch one of my videos on the Sakamoto Days update. But yeah, the community ruined this update. I'm 100% blaming them. So yeah, I'm not going to get into that. The dungeon update, I think, is amazing, though. I don't want that. The dungeon update really is amazing. I think it's super fun. It is something to do by yourself, but I think that's why there's a lack of players right now, because it's a by yourself thing. You don't need to do it with other people. You don't do it with other people. So a lot of people aren't really doing it because they think they can do it with Never, but they can't. Rukia is limited, so you do need to get her. But it is going to be like 3 updates. But now we'll get into like the issues with the game that I feel like it has. So one of them is being the updates recently. Before AA shut down, they updated every 3 weeks, and so far it has been every 5 weeks now, which I know they said it's going to be quicker, but it would have to be next weekend for it to be quicker, because that would be 4 weeks since this update came out. So next weekend the update better come out, or they just lied to us. So yeah, also their improvements need to be with the guild stuff. We need the guild stuff to come back. AFK chamber needs to come back. It is disabled. I don't know why it's gone. Let's see. Like I said, trait pity, I don't really care about that. 2 times speed, I think would be dumb to add, except if it's for infinites. I'd be fine if it was infinites, because that makes sense. But anything else, I think, would just be a little too over the top. But yeah, I think this game is the best by far. It also has things that Vanguards doesn't, if you're wondering which one to play. Things such as a lot of units. Vanguards does not update often, and they haven't had a lot of updates, so there's not a lot of units. Whereas this game, almost there's a lot of stuff you could want to get in this game. So yeah, there's one last thing I want to talk about before I wrap up this video, and that is the thing that keeps AA alive, the thing that will make sure AA never dies, the thing that makes tower defenses last, at least in a way where they will never die, and that is the trading system. AA's trading system is perfect, other than one thing which used to be there and is not here right now. But it is perfect, and it keeps people in the game, right? Because say if you don't enjoy an update, right, or you want a unit, like I would give, for example, my cosmetic is a shiny Poseidon, limited unit. Say if you really want this cosmetic that I have, but you don't have much good stuff to trade, because shiny Poseidon's worth a shit ton. So say you don't have anything to trade, guess what? Play the new update. Play the new update. Play the winter event. Get shinies. Be able to trade up these shinies from the event. And then eventually you'll be able to trade up to get the things you want. So there is a reason to play every update, because you can get things to trade. And the more you trade, the more good stuff you could get. What'd they do to the Dreamer? This is new. I guess they had a mini update they didn't say anything about. They changed some models. They changed Elf Mage too. Sorry, I'm just not noticing this. So yeah, get units like Shiny Dry I have. Get them. Like, get these units, and you can trade. So no matter what you are doing, whether you enjoy the update or not, there's always something for you to do, because you can get things to trade. Now, are you always going to? No. Like, for example, the Sakamoto Days update, they made so easy. I don't think it's really worth getting shinies. They're not going to be worth much. But, for example, let's say the dungeon. Rukia is limited, and the dungeons give you a lot more than just a chance at her. So just do the dungeons a lot, bro, and get a shiny Rukia, and you are going to have a lot of trade value. So, yeah, it's worth playing the game at all times. Even there's one that... Homura is probably the biggest example. I doubt many people who played during this event even knew what Madoka's Magica was. Like, not a lot of people knew what that was. But if you got Homura, dude, you are swimming in the riches. Normal Homura is worth so much. And now I'll talk to the thing that was removed from the trading, which isn't really removed from the trading. It was just hasn't been updated. Is they have a trading like value sheet, which a lot of people use to determine, okay, what's good and what's not. But it hasn't been updated since the game came back, so it's kind of hard for people to follow. So not as many people are trading right now, because they don't want to get scammed, right? And people would think, oh, well, with the value sheet, then it's going to be hard to move up. It's not. People want certain things. Like, for example, this Sea God, I can't think of anything lower than it right now, but there are definitely some things that are lower in value that I would take. Just because either I want or I think they're easier to trade. Like, for example, I know As Death Ice Queen, she's worth about 70 in value, but she is super hard to trade. So, in my mind, she's worth like 10, because nobody's going to want her, right? So, yeah. And then the final thing I want to talk about is just kind of the comments that people leave about AA and where the game is. Like, I see people say it's dying. I see people say it's mid. I don't really see it. It's not dying at all. Just because it doesn't have 100,000 players doesn't mean anything. You gotta understand, when these other games have updates, people are gonna go play those. When AA has an update, it's gonna shoot up to having the most players again. You know, so you just gotta understand that. Not only that, the game's definitely not mid. I mean, it gave us so much stuff. I see people saying the devs are gonna quit on the game again. Why would they? I'm not really understanding where people are getting that logic from. They've just been slow on the updates, and I understand being upset about that, but saying they're going to quit on the game is ridiculous. They've shown no signs of that. I saw someone say they had people stop, or they had the wiki people stop updating stuff. That's not true. I literally checked the wiki yesterday, and they added new stuff. So, yeah, don't. If you're hearing this from other people, just don't believe it, because it's not true. Anime Adventures is very much still alive. They're still updating the game. So yeah. With that being said, the final ranking for Anime Adventures, I'm going to give a 10 out of 10 because it's the best game on the market right now that you could play. If Vanguards would get their shit together, they could come for the spot, but they can't get their shit together. At least they haven't recently. So yeah, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and I will have my other links in the description if you want to watch my Twitch and second channel.